Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Today I am here to discuss one more topic from subject Python. In the last session we discussed about functions with parameter and return statement, as well as global and local scope. Today here I am discussing a concept called exception handling. So what is exception handling? So before that, there are different types of errors you get while you are doing a programming or while you are writing coding, right? Let us say semantic errors, syntax errors, and there are also errors called dynamic errors, which are generated during execution of the program. They are not caught during compilation time. Like once you write the code, you need to compile the code. During such process, if you get any error message, they are called as some syntax mistake or syntax errors. But compilation is successful, but still you are getting some errors. Let us say it can be memory out of error, index out of range error, or file not found error. Okay, so these kind of errors are generated during execution of the program. So after compilation, once you execute, during that time you get an error. Such type of error are called as exceptions. So if you have previous knowledge, even Java supports exception handling. In the same way, Python also supports exception handling. Okay, let us consider an example. I have three statements. Just observe print of MIT Mysore. Can you find any mistake here? Any mistake, or whether it is syntactically correct? No, right? There is an extra circular bracket. Which is a syntax error. So once you execute the program, once the interpreter checks your line for syntax error, it is caught because there is an extra circular bracket. So it's an error, syntax error. What about this print of 30 divided by 5? Is there any error? Print of 30 divided by 5. There are no errors because it is syntactically correct. It is correct. I will go for next statement, print of 30 divided by 0. So here 30 divided by 0, which leads to divide by 0 error. Divide by 0 cannot be executed. So it is called as a runtime error, or it's an exception, or in Python it is called as zero division error. So your program will not execute, it will stop here itself, it will come out of the execution. Okay, when you compile, you don't get any error. You compile, or once your interpreter converts higher level language to machine level language, you don't get any error or any messages. But when you try to execute this program after compilation, after conversion, so you get an error called as I said, zero division error, which is called as exception handling. We need to handle such type of exceptions. So what problems arises if I don't handle exception? Let us say if you have any syntax error before execution only, you can just go back and you can recheck. But what about exceptions? You already check with syntax error, but during execution, in the middle of the execution, so the program terminates. Again you need to go back, you need to check, again you need to re-execute it. So what is the major consequences? What is the major problem arises if you have any exceptions? So let us understand. Assume that this is where you are getting exception, that is dynamic error. Assume that before this statement there are some 50 lines of code. After this line there are some 100 lines of code. Totally this program is 150 lines of code. So 50 lines, assume that even this statement is correct. 50 lines of code get executed successfully, but when it comes to 51st line, there is a dynamic error, there is an exception, that is divide by zero error or zero division error. There is error. So what happens, even though the 100 lines are correct, even though 100 lines are correct, they are not executed because of this exception. So what your program will, or your interpreter will do, it will simply raise as an exception, it will raise a message, raise an error, and it will close the program, or it will close the execution. It will not continue further because of one mistake, one exception. It will not continue further, it will stop here itself. So that is the problem of exception. We need to handle the exception very efficiently. So the programming language which handles exception efficiently, they will be very good programming, or they are very good. Okay, in the same way, Python handles exception using try and except block. So in the Java also we have try and catch block. In the same way, in Python we have try and except block. So the exception concept mainly depends on try block and exception block. Try block consisting of code where error may occur. Wherever error may occur, that code should be written inside a try block. And if exception occurs, what action to be taken, that should be written in the exception block. So there are basically two blocks, try block, except block. So where error may occur, if you have any doubt where you can guess error may occur, such code should be written inside the try block. Once the error occurs, what kind of error it is, how to handle it, that code should be written in the except block. So I will take the same example. Let us rewrite this program. Let us rewrite this program with try block and catch block. Before that, let us understand what is the syntax for try block and catch block. So the syntax is, you need to have a keyword called try block followed by colon. You will have keyword called try block, and the indentation should be provided, and you have some code over here. You have try block code over here. You can have any number of lines of code here. Then followed by, you have a except keyword. So again you have indentation, then you need to write a code, except block code. If there is any dynamic error, not syntax error, if any dynamic error, that is exceptions, automatically except block get executed. And you can have multiple exception blocks. Multiple exception block means you may generate different type of exceptions. Let us say my try block may generate divide by zero error or value error. Value means if the variable is not defined, but it is, you are using, then let us say what it is, index error. If the index is out of range, let us say file not found error or memory out of range error. So you can write, you can catch, or you can handle different types of exceptions. So that is the basic syntax of try block and except block. Okay, let us rewrite this program once again. I have taken an example. Just observe. Here I have first statement print MIT Mysore. It will get this output as it is because there is no error. Then you have a try block. I feel that this try block may generate error. Okay. So I have A is equal to 30, B is equal to 5, and C is equal to A divided by B minus 5. So obviously A is 30, B is 5, minus 5, that is 5 minus 5 is 0. So 30 divided by 0, which is divide by 0 error. So obviously it should go to except block. Immediately the try block is skipped. Whatever there in the try block, that will be skipped and will go to except block. Then it will print divide by 0 error. As per the except block, it has to print some message divide by 0 error. Then you will get output, one more output, that is as per the general statement. So it will come out of the try and except block. then it will print hi CSE. So this is how it works. The control will not terminate here itself. It will go to next statement. By going except statement, after executing except, it will go to what? Next statement. Okay, what if, let us say I have one more print statement here, print hello. What is the output now? First you will get MIT Mysore, the first statement, A is 30, B 5, 30 divided by 0 divided by 0 error, and it will go to, as I said, once you get exception, it immediately go to exception except statement. So then you will get divide by 0 error, and it will not go back to try block to execute remaining statement. Once there is error, it simply comes out of the try block and further it continue as it is. So this statement is skipped. It will not execute this particular statement, it will be skipped off. So this is how the try block except block will work. Okay. Next, to add to this, we have one more keyword called else keyword. Else keyword, as I said, whenever there is a try block except block, if try block has an error, it will go to except block. But what if the try block doesn't contain any exceptions, still I want something to be executed, then we have an keyword called else keyword, which is already used in the if else statement. We have a else block along with try except block. So the try is executed, go to except block. If the try fails, means there are no exceptions, the try block, it will go to else block. Let us say print no error. Print no error. In this case, MIT Mysore, try. Okay, assume that here you don't have any error. 30 by 5, it is 6. Print, that is, I want to print C value. C plus C. I just wanted to print the C value. Just I am printing C value. So try block, there are no errors. So print of C get executed. It will not go to except block because there is no error in the try block. It will simply go to else block. It will say no error. Understood? If there is error, it will go to except block. It will skip else block. It will not execute else block. Try error. If error, go to except block. Then continue. Try. If there is no error, skip except block. Go to else statement. Okay. Again, there is one more block, a finally block, which is always executed. If there is a exception or there are no exceptions, still by default the finally block get executed. That is called as final block, as the name says, finally block. Let us say print hello. So totally we have 4 different block: try block, except block, else block, finally block. As I said, try block where you may get errors. If the error occurs, go to except block. Else is skipped, and final statement is always executed. If there is error or there is no error. Try block, if there are no errors, skip except block. Don't execute except block. Go to else statement, print no error, then go to finally statement, that is finally block, print hello. So there are 2 cases, if there is error or if there are no errors. Okay, so this is how try except else finally block will work. Still, you can improve this program, or you can have a nested try block. There is a complete try and except block inside another try block, that is called as nested try block. Nested try block, and writing this else and finally block are optional. Finally block, writing else block optional, but writing try block except block is mandatory. That is required. Getting that is required. So you need to write try block, you need to write except block whenever you try to handle exceptions. Okay, I have another example to justify or to explain about a try and except block. Okay, let us say I have a function definition, function find function, which takes a parameter which returns 45 divided by some denominator, whatever denominator value I am passing. Let us say if I am calling print of find of 10, if I call find function with 10, it becomes 45 divided by 10. If I call find function with 7, 45 divided by 7. If I call find of 0, it is find of 45 divided by 0. Find of 4, 45 divided by 4. Now what is the error? What is the, there are no syntax error, but there is a exception, correct? When you perform 10 divided by 45, you will get 4.5 as a result. It will be returned back. It automatically 4.5 get executed or get printed. When you have 7 divided by 45, let's say it is 6.4. Then when you execute find of 0, it is a dynamic error or exception. During execution time, you are getting 45 divided by 0. You don't know what is the value of 10, correct, denominator. Then 45 divided by 0, you will get error. So your execution stops here itself. It will not execute this statement. This is the problem with exceptions. We need to handle exceptions to overcome the this problem. Okay. Then even though 4 is correct, it will not get executed. What is the solution? The solution is just to use try and except block. Where to use try and except block? Let us say I will use try because I am calling here with 0. Let us use try block here and except block here with some message print error. Will it work? If I use try block, because I am finding, because I am putting 0 here, here is the problem cause. Let us check. So try block 10, 4.5, 7, 6.4. When you say find of 0, you go to find function 0, 45 divided by 0. So 45 divided by 0 means it is a what? It is a divide by 0 error. So it will come out. It's a dynamic error. As I said, dynamic with exception. Once the try block has got exception, as I said, it will skip the try block. It will not continue further. It will not execute other statements in the try block. It will simply go to exception area. Right. It will simply go to exception area. It will print error. Again, there is a mistake. Even though the find of 4 is correct, it doesn't execute it. It failed to execute because the interpreter, it has skipped the statement. It has skipped the try block. What is the solution? Solution is you should not put try block over here. You should put try block where the actual cause of the problem, or where is the location where the exception is throwing. So this is where the exception is throwing. When you divide, while passing there is no exception. Only while during the division there is an exception. So you need to put this particular statement inside the try block. Assume that you have provided some indentation, try, return, so and so. Then you have except print error, right? Print error. So definition find of 10, try, return, 45 divided by division. Now when you pass 10, you will get 4.5, 7, 6.4. When when you get 0, it is inside, it will come to 0 here. Then you have try block in the return statement 45 divided by 0. This is where the exception is coming. It will go to except error. It will come back. It will come back to next statement as print of 4. Getting now the print of find of 4 is not skipped because it is not inside try block. It is just normal execution. Here you got some exception handling. It will go, it will execute. There is an error in the try block. It will go to except block. It will execute. It will come back. Okay. So this is how the try and except block works. Means you need to be careful while writing the try block and except block. You need to confirm where to put try block. Getting? Okay, final example. Let us take another example to handle multiple exception. How your program will handle multiple exception. I have taken, for example, I have taken a division error as well as a type error. Okay, let us take, you want your program to accept an input, enter a value, input of enter a value, and you are doing some division operation. You have written inside the try block. Okay, inside the try block, let us, I will write print statement also, print of C. Okay, x value, whenever you enter x value, that should be converted to integer. Let us, I will enter 45 or 65 like that. So 45, 5. If you enter 50 divided by 5, the 5 will be converted to integer, and 50 divided by 5 will be 10. So there is no error. So it will print 5 as a result. Assume that if the user enters 0, it is a initial, it is a string. Then later it is converted to integer, that is 50 divided by 0, which is divide by 0 error or 0 division error. Obviously, so now I have done two exception statement. So because I know that it may generate two types of exceptions. So first type of exception is 0 division error. So once it user gives 0 as a input, so it compares with the operation, that is 50 divided by 0. So it will go to 0 division error exception, and it will print the message. Finally, it will not continue with other exception. It will simply go to a finally block, finish. Assume that some user has entered number value in the form of characters 4, and once x value is 4, can you convert x value to 4? It is not possible. Convert the string to integer. It is a type error. It's a type error. Obviously, there is an exception for type error. Simply it will come to except block. It will say type error. So type error gets printed. The message called type error gets printed, followed by finally block. So this is how it handles multiple exception. It can handle 0 division error also. It can handle type error also. So this is an example for try block, except block with multiple exceptions. So in today's session, we discussed about how to handle exceptions during the execution time. Using try block, except block, optionally we will have an else block and finally block. Finally block get executed always. Thank you.